Good morning and welcome to Energizing Yoga this Saturday morning. We're going to start at the top of the mat. Press the feet into the floor, take in the low belly, take in the entire core, actually not just the low belly, so that entire band around your midsection. Lift the pelvic floor. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, sit into chair, bring the hands up. You can keep the elbows bent. Try not to arch the back too much. Exhale, taking the low belly further, release the neck, hinge at the hips. Inhale, come to a half lift, fingertips on the floor or hands on your shins. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the feet back. Exhale all the way down, knees can be on the floor or up. Exhale all the way down, elbows in nice and tight for your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, 5 breaths. Press your hands into the floor, keep the low belly lifted. Gaze is to your belly button. Release the shoulders. You can walk the legs out. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look to your hands. Begin to walk the feet towards the hands as well. Come to that half lift. Fingertips on the floor or on your shins. Exhale. Hinge all the way. Release the neck. Fold. Inhale, press into the heels. Chair. Exhale, release. One more sun salutation to get us going this morning. Inhale, sit into chair. Again, gaze is up to the thumbs. Exhale, release the neck. Hinge at the hips and fold. Long, slow breathing. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk, jump, or float the feet back. Place the palms on the ground. Jump back or walk those feet back like we did before. Knees on the floor or up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths again. Release the neck. Press the hands into the floor. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Belly button is in towards spine. Anterior tilt in the pelvis and the hips. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, walk, jump, or float the feet back up to the hands. Inhale into that half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit back into chair. Press into the heels as you lift. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, step the feet out to the side. Triangle pose. Turn the right toes away from you. Bend the knee or straighten it. I like to bend it and then straighten it. Totally okay to keep it bent. Lean over. Grab your toe with your peace fingers. Press into that left back foot. Straighten the knee if it's in your practice today. Lift the hand up towards the sky if it's in your practice today. Open the chest towards me, 5 breaths. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Press through the feet. Other side. Bend the left knee. Turn the hips to meet it. Exhale down. Peace fingers around that toe. Really create that lock. It's an energetic thing. Straighten the knee if it's appropriate for you today. Open the hand up to the sky. If lifting the hand up to the sky is not appropriate, you can tuck the hand behind the back or keep it low down along your entire length of your body. That's 2 breaths. Open the chest to me. Lift and spread the collarbones away from each other. 4, 5. Inhale, come up. Good. Bring yourself right back to the top of the mat. Take a breath. Ground yourself. Coming back to the top of the mat between these standing postures just kind of gives a little bit of like an Etch-a-Sketch. Wipe the slate clean a little bit. And also find that groundedness that you need for your practice. Inhale again. Step the feet out a little bit wider. Again, turn towards that right foot. Turn the right foot away from you. Take a nice long lunge. Sink into that right hip flexor. Press the right heel down. Sink far enough where you can bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Press into that back foot. Press into the palm of the right hand. Lift the left ahead of you. As you press into the palm, lift and look kind of under, like you're spreading the collarbones here. Look up to your thumb. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sink a little bit further into that hip flexor before you use that left hand to pull you up. Other side. Again, find that nice long lunge. Press into your right heel. As you hinge forward, place the left hand outside of that left foot. It's almost like your knee is in your armpit. Lift the right hand. Look up, spread the collarbones, press into that back heel. 2, 3, 4. Shoulders stay away from the ears. 5. Inhale up. Use the right hand to lift you up. Good. Bring yourself right back to the top of the mat. Find your breath. Find that stillness in your feet. Root down through the feet. Press in. Feel all 4 corners of your feet moving into your mat. I'm going to face you. You can stay at the top of the mat if you're facing me. Press the feet together. Soften the knees. Inhale the arms up overhead. Bring the pointer fingers together, outstretched, but fold the rest of the fingers. Sorry, I might be a little too shockingly tall the first time for you to be able to see my hands up above my head. The important thing here is to bring the elbows behind the ears. Lower the shoulders away from the ears at the same time. Press into the feet. Lift up through the hands without lifting the shoulders. Exhale, hinge to the right. Use the lower hand to almost pull yourself long, but not over. Pretend there's a beach ball that you're trying to roll over to the side. Keep the elbows behind the ears. Relax the shoulders down the back. 2 more breaths. Pretend there's an apple underneath your chin. Everything is facing me, shoulders and hips. Inhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, release the neck back, a little bit of a back bend here. Inhale the head back up. Walk those elbows behind the ears again. Watch the shoulders. Make sure they're not up like this. Want them down. Lift up through the fingertips only. Exhale to the left. 5 breaths. Everything's facing me. Shoulders are square towards me. Hips are square towards me. Press into the feet. Lift through the palms. Pull with that lower hand. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep the hands together. Release them once you hit the floor. Bend the knees a little bit. Release the neck. Walk the hands behind you. Lift the heel. Place the fingertips under the heel. Both sides. If that doesn't work for your body today, bring the elbows behind the knees and hold on to your ankles. Grab wherever you can, release the neck. Squeeze the hips together. Breathe, 5 breaths here. Slowly begin to straighten the knees. 3. Release the neck. 4. 5. Bring the hands out ahead of you again. Bring those arms behind the ears. Inhale, press in through the feet. Bring yourself all the way back up. Exhale, release the head back. Walk the fingertips along the ceiling. Press the hips towards me, a little bit deeper back bend. 5 more breaths. Pay attention to the low back. Engage the core to protect the spine. Press the hips. You're only looking back as far as you're pressing forward. Elongate, don't cramp down. 4, 5. Inhale, come on up. Release the neck down. Release the hands to the side. Roll the shoulders. Very nice. Step back to the top of the mat. If you're not already there, take a breath. Moving to the back of the mat. So we'll be stepping forward for this. Again, find that grounded place. Find Samasthiti or Tadasana, however you interpret this posture of grounding and rooting and finding that stillness between each other posture. Walk the right foot forward. Doesn't have to be a big step. And pay attention to the space that you're in. Hips are facing forward. So I'm facing a wall. Both of my hips are facing a wall. Exhale. Hinge the hips forward. Keeping the hips facing the floor now. So I'm facing the floor. Elongate through. Keep a slight bend in that straight knee. Press through the feet. Lift the arms out ahead of you if that's appropriate for you today. If not, bring your hands to prayer. Or keep them on your waist. Whatever works. 2 more breaths. Elongate through the spine, so tuck the chin a little bit. Press through those toes that are pointing behind you. Inhale, come on back up. Good, that's warrior 3. Ground yourself between postures. Other side. These forward bends are very energizing. For some of us, they can also be anxiety provoking, so pay attention to your breath. If your breath is changing, come out of the posture a little bit. Find that place where you can start to challenge but not overwhelm. Step forward with that left foot. Lift the right foot off. Again, hips are facing the wall as I hinge. Both hips face the floor. Find that place where you're grounded. Continue to engage the pelvic floor here, engage the core. Keep the belly button moving towards the spine. Again, the hands can come out in front of you. In prayer, on the hips, you've got 2 more breaths. Hinge a little bit more. Shoulders move away from the ears. Exhale, come on back down. Very nice. That's warrior 3. We're going to include that in this next vinyasa that we do. Warrior 3, step forward with the right foot. Excellent. Keep the hands on the hip for this. Exhale, hinge. Second exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Lift the leg into half split. Inhale, come down into shrimp. Tuck the left knee behind the right. Inhale, half split. Good. Take an exhale there. And inhale, back into warrior 3. Exhale, half split. Release the neck. Look at your knee. Inhale, shrimp. Squat with that right foot. Bring the left knee behind. Good. Inhale. Release the neck. Half split. Take an exhale there. Next inhale. Press into that foot. It's really hard. You can really feel it in your glute and the hip. Warrior 3. Last one. Exhale. Release the neck. Inhale into shrimp. Next, inhale, lift the leg. Inhale. Warrior 1. Step that left foot back. Bring the right foot back. Find your grounding. I'm going to do 3 of these on the other side. Inhale, step the foot forward. Left foot. Ground, exhale. Again, make sure the hips are square. Warrior 1. Inhale here. Exhale, plant the palms, lift the leg. Half split. Inhale, shrimp. Tuck the right knee behind the left. Keep the heel on the ground. Inhale, lift the leg, half split. Exhale there. Next inhale. Warrior 3. Nice and slow. It's okay if you fall out. Exhale. Plant the palms. Half split. Inhale, shrimp. Press that left heel into the floor as you bend. Inhale, half split. Good. Exhale. Warrior 3. Really tough on this side for me today. Exhale. Hands down, release the neck. Inhale, shrimp. Good. Next, inhale, lift that leg up. Next inhale, warrior three. Bring the foot down. Also changing up the inhales and exhales, trying to keep things a little bit fresh. Find yourself at the back of the mat. Take a breath. Inhale, step your right foot forward. Warrior one. Press the left foot back. Hips square towards the wall ahead of you, or whatever's ahead of you. Lift the hands up. You're always welcome to keep a nice bend in the elbow. Gaze towards the thumbs. 5 breaths. 2. Sink a little bit further. Good. 3. 4. 5. Warrior 2. Open the hip to whatever's ahead of you. Sink into that right hip still. 5 breaths. Gaze over the right thumb, the right fingers. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, change feet. Pardon my back to you. Exhale, warrior 2, other side. Hips are open, so they're square, but ahead of you. Sink to the left, arms out. Gaze over that left hand, sink into the left hip. Pay attention to the left knee. Make sure it's not collapsing. Inhale. Warrior 1, 5 breaths. Again, welcome to keep those elbows bent. Gaze to the thumbs. 2. Press into that right back foot. Sink into the left hip. 5. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Trying something new here. Lift up on this left foot. Lift it off the ground before you lift the right one off the ground. So lift and jump. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Keep the hands under the shoulders. Zip the feet together. Inhale, lift with the back. So you're using all of these muscles in the low mid back into cobra. Press the heels together. Release the neck. This is not up dog, so we're not pressing into a full back bend here. Walk the hands out a little bit further. Now press up into seal. You can walk the hands back. You can spread the feet out about mat distance apart. Pay attention to your low back. If you notice any tension or tightness in there, walk the hands back out again. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Release the neck. Release the chin to the chest. 5 breaths and seal. Exhale. Shoulders come down. The elbows come down. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Sphinx. Release the neck. Press into the elbows, press into the hands. Feel some activity in this posture. Press into the feet. Exhale, release all the way down to the floor. Hands come to your side. Chin comes to the floor. Feet come together, knees come together. Bring the heels up. Hold on the top of the foot. Keeping the knees together. You're welcome to stay here, open the chest. If you want more, begin to lift up, lift the knees off the floor. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. If you want 2 more breaths, take them. 4, 5, release down. Slowly release the knees. Press up through tabletop into child's pose. Bring the feet together. Knees come out about mat distance apart. Press the heels down. Use the hands to actively press the heels and the hips as close together as possible. Release the forehead to the mat. Spread the collarbones. Release the shoulders, soften them so they're not creeping up towards your ears. Inhale, bring yourself up into tabletop. Walk the left foot forward. And low belly and pelvic floor engaged throughout our entire practice. Sink forward. Lift off that kneecap if you're on that right kneecap. Sink forward into that left hip. Inhale yourself up. One last vinyasa to close out our practice, nice and slow. Inhale, look up. Lift up through the spine. Exhale, place the right hand outside that left knee. Exhale, nice and slowly look behind you. Take a nice twist. Sink into that front hip. Inhale, unwind. Press into the leg. Press into that hip flexor. Inhale, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, one more time, this side. Slow exhale. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Walk back. Fingers to the floor. Keep the low belly in. Hinge forward if you need more in this posture. Walk the hands forward. Don't sit the heels back or sit the hip back. Good. Come on out of this side. Other side forward. Good. Come up off that left kneecap if you're on it. Inhaling up. Gaze up. Shoulders move away from the ears. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Spread the collarbones. Long, slow inhale. Sink into that front hip. Exhale. Left hand outside the right knee. Tuck the right arm behind. Inhale. Walk the hands forward again. Sink a little bit more. Look up. Gaze up. Exhale. Very slow twist. Inhale, look up, sink in. Exhale, bring the fingertips down. Sit back, release the toes up towards you, flex that foot. If you need more here, walk the hands forward. Hinge a little bit more. Inhale, come up, place the hands in. Walk the knee back. Bring yourself into a seated posture. Bring one knee forward, the other knee forward. Sit back. For balancing today, I'm going to use the core. Find your sits bones. Make sure they're touching the floor. So if you move a little stuff away, move a little stuff away. Keep the knees bent. Lift up through the spine. Low belly stays nice and hollow. Try to keep that low belly as tucked in as possible. Walk the knees towards you. Walk your hips towards your heels. You can grab onto the elbows. You can hold onto the wrists. You can hold under the knee. The only thing I ask is that you don't round your back. We are lifting up, open the chest. Begin to lift the feet off the floor. Use the core to keep you lifted. Continue to lift through the collarbones. We've got 3 more breaths in this one. Release the hands. Keep yourself lifted. Begin to walk the feet away from you, keeping them up off the floor. Gentle point in the toe. If you want to straighten the knees here, you can. Hands come out to the side either way. 1, 2, 3. Keep lifting through the chest. Lift the feet a little bit higher. 4, 5. Keep those feet up. Bend the knees if you would like to change up, or you stay here in Navasana. So if you want more or different, grab your toes from the inside of your knees. So have your arms on the inside. Keep the feet up off the floor. Lift through the chest. Straighten the legs. Out wide. 5, 4, look up. Spread the collarbones. 3, 2, 1. If you've got your toes, bring the knees together. Fold forward. You can keep the knees a little bit bent, but fold. 5, 4, 3. The rest of us are in Navasana. Release the head if you've got your toes. Release the feet down, everybody. Very nice. Bring yourself now all the way down to the floor and come into easy pose. If you've got lotus or half lotus in your practice, you're welcome to go there. Or you stay with me in easy pose. Again, find the sits bones on the floor. Always take time between postures to find the posture, to find the setup. Even in a vinyasa class, I know this is like partial vinyasa here today, but take the time, use your breath as your guide. That's the most important thing. Lift up from the low spine. Feel that energy lift. Gently tuck the chin to really even open the C-spine. Bring the shoulders down away from the ears, almost as if your shoulder blades are coming to a point of a V down your back. Take a couple breaths here. As you maintain your sits bones on the floor, if your hips are really, really tight this morning, you're always welcome to roll something under the hips for these postures. If you feel any tightness, tension, pain, discomfort in the knees, please support the knees. If you support one knee, support both, even if only one needs it. Lift up through the spine. Take the tops of the hip bones. Actually feel your hip bones. Get a slight anterior tilt, so a little bit of a very slight arch of your back, but keep the core lifted. That's why we use the core. We keep that low back fully protected, even if we've got a little bit of an arch. Lift, bring those hip bones towards the femurs. So we're moving with the hips, we're not moving with the shoulders. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Release the chin to keep as much of a neutral, elongated spine as possible. Press the sits bones into the floor. Each exhale, see if you can release a little bit closer to the floor. You do not have to touch the floor, ever. Find that long spine. Feel that lengthened spine. That's why we get that anterior tilt of the pelvis, so we can keep the spine nice and long. Each exhale, see if there's any room to go further down. It's okay if there isn't, and do not bounce and do not push it. Meet your body where you are. There's a beginner's mind to every yoga practice, every yoga pose. Inhale yourself, come on up. Switch the cross of your feet. Lift up. Press the sits bones into the floor. Again, exhale, forward, hinge. Keep the low belly lifted. Bring the tops of those hip bones towards your femurs. Your elbows towards the floor. Breathe. You've got 2 more breaths. So find that beginner's mind. Release yesterday. Release expectation for tomorrow. No judgment, no expectation. Meet yourself where you are. Inhale yourself. Come on up. Release your lotus or your half lotus or your easy pose, which is not easy. I cannot agree less with the name of that posture. Grab the knees. Exhale, come on down. Here you can round your back. Find a nice round. Really pull in the low belly a little bit more. Bring yourself down, lower the feet all the way down. Release the low back. If the low back is like, yeah, I don't want to release yet, bend the knees, keep the feet flat on the floor until it releases. You're always welcome to stay with your knees bent in Shavasana the entire time. Find your place of rest. Tuck the shoulder blades together. Release the jaw. Gently close the eyes or soften the gaze. Release the toes. Release the fingers. Bring the palms face up if you feel you need uplifting today. Palms face down if you need grounding. If you feel anxious and floaty, palms face down. That would be my suggestion. And to focus in on your breath. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you need. That's where we find growth, is at rest. So please do stay at rest as long as you need. And I will say namaste at this point. But again, you rest as long as you need to. If you have a place to go, maybe set an alarm before you really rest. Thank you so much for allowing me to share in your practice today in our partial vinyasa class. Energizing nonetheless. Thank you so much. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Have a fantastic day.